Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother, here on Thursday, as I very often am, with the Tarot Topic Weekly Newsletter Recap. Do you get the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter? It can come into your inbox every Wednesday. We do a different topic. If you have not subscribed, just go to my website, christianagaudet.com, hit the button for the newsletter and subscribe. You can also read the newsletter directly in the link right in the description. So today is February 2nd, and I just premiered an uploaded video short with a reading and spread for you to try for the holiday. Did you know today's a holiday? Of course, it's Groundhog Day, but did you know the origin of Groundhog Day? Well, if you want to, watch the video. January 31st, February 1st, and February 2nd, depending on your tradition, are all celebrated as Imbolc, Breed, Bridget, St. Bridget's Day, Candlemas, Groundhog Day on February 2nd, all from the same origin. And so I did a tarot spread for the collective. Now, the interesting thing is, from the perspective of being a major pagan holiday, this is a fire holiday. And of course, Breed is the triple goddess of smithcraft, poetry, and healing. So there is like creativity and healing, and she's a fire goddess. And I did not intentionally, when I decided to do the newsletter on the topic that I chose for the week, the power of creativity, I wasn't thinking about this holiday. But it actually fits really well because creativity is associated with the energy of fire. Fire is also our spirituality. Everything that burns within us, our motivation, our passion, our engagement, our anger, our humor, our sexuality, all of that is related to fire. But I'm specifically thinking about this connection between spirituality and creativity. And one thing I talk about in the newsletter is that, so often when we think about creativity, we think about like, okay, a person is creative if they can draw a picture or sing a song. That's very creative. But you know what? We're all creative. I may not be able to knit you a sweater. I may not be able to sing you a song, but I'm still a creative person, and so are you. And the key is figuring out how that fire energy moves within us. And the idea that spirituality is creative as well. Worship, prayer, meditation, however we involve ourselves in spirituality, there's an element of creativity to it, isn't there? And so the more we involve ourselves in spirituality, the more creative we are. The more we involve ourselves in creativity, the more spiritual we are. Fabulous, right? Allie Mammon, thank you so much for your kind words about the newsletter. Really appreciate it. All right, so what are we doing today? We're doing your questions having to do with any of that, your creativity, your fire energy, how creativity and spirituality work together for you. However that works for you, whatever question you want to ask. I am using Spiral Tarot, which I also used in the uploaded video. And if you haven't seen it yet, I just premiered it like half an hour ago. Definitely check that out as well. I love this deck, so I use it a lot, but it is, specifically a Celtic themed deck. So I thought on a Celtic holiday, why not use it? All right. Smile Soul 20, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Oh, and before I get going with the first question, I want to remind you all, tonight we have Global Tarot Circle, 7 p.m. Mark your calendar. The link is already up. Make sure you join us. We'll spend an hour together sharing readings and learning some great stuff about tarot and some great informal, study and conversation. So make sure you join us. Justine, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using, look, you changed your name. Look at that. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. And here's your question. I have some free time this weekend and I want to devote it to something creative. Should I do some early spring cleaning, or is there a different creative outlet I should play around with? Honestly, the spring cleaning is necessary, but I don't know if that's really the thing. I think you should do something that's more fun than that. I mean, yeah, do your spring cleaning too, but do something that speaks to your heart more. Oh, Ben, you did it and you got a 4. Wasn't it cool? That 2 4s showed up in that reading, right? That's so interesting. All right. Martha Vink, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I love that creativity and spirituality are related. I've been feeling disconnected from my creativity, probably due to stress over the past few years. How can I best reconnect? A little bit at a time and without pressure. Don't pressure yourself. Don't make it be about work. You're creative enough at work. You know, your work is by its very nature spiritual and creative. So don't make it be about that. Make it be about something fun, something easy, a tiny little bit at a time, not a big project. Little things at a time. Medihan Ness, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. I've been getting the Ace of Wands. I feel it too. Not sure which direction to go with it. I don't have a studio, can't sculpt. Focus on drawing, tarot study with more intention, something else. Let's take a look. Drawing, tarot. Drawing, yes, but tarot study big time, and maybe put those two things together. Maybe drawing your own version of some cards. Not necessarily to make a deck, but just to learn the card better. If you sit down to create a card, you can do it with collage, you could do it with drawing, whatever. When we sit down to create a card, even with no intention to create a deck, we learn the card more. We understand the card. We embody it more. So try that. I mean, anyone could try that. It would be good, but that was specifically for Ness. Jeannie Mnuchin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. On what should I focus my creativity? How should I prioritize creative projects? Well, man, your whole life is a creative project, Jeannie. What are we going to do with that? Prioritize them in order of what you've got to get done most speedily. For you, you do not have the luxury of choosing. You have to do what you have to do in the time frame you have to do it in. And some of that pressure is self-imposed, but it's self-imposed because you create a calendar of things you want to do and things you want to present. So it's like that. Nalini, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. How can I use creativity to free myself from my current struggles permanently? Man, don't we all want to be freed from our current struggles permanently? It's such a pain in the butt when they keep coming up. It's like playing whack-a-mole, right? Thought I got rid of you. Oh, it comes up again. All right. How can I use my creativity to free myself from my current struggles permanently? A little bit at a time. A lot of it is using your creativity to visualize the future that you want, to visualize it, to see it, to believe in it, and then take little steps to get there. The visualization is important. Horace Van Dunn, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for your kind words about the newsletter. You know, as far as creating a spread is concerned, that's something that we could do tonight at Global Tarot Circle. It's one thing that I talked about in the newsletter is how to create a spread for a particular topic. And what you're asking me to do is, and I suppose I could. I suppose I could do it here, but we should talk about it more at Global Tarot Circle tonight, perhaps. So how to create a spread? Well, let's do another aspect of in bulk. The idea of the seeds that are sleeping under the soil, under the snow, getting ready to bloom. That's the concept. So why don't we let card 1 be the seed? What is the seed that is sleeping? What can I do to nurture it, to bring it to fruition? And how will this new growth serve me? There, that's a spread. What did I do? I took the concept, one of the metaphors associated with this holiday, asked 3 questions and turned it into a spread. There you go. How about that? Did I do the reading? No, I did not. That's for you to do. All right, Allie Mammon. Could you please tell me what are real world practices I can do to connect to the void of divine creativity, to awaken my creativity and let it flow through me? So there are plenty of real world practices for that, but what would be good for you? I think reading and writing. Reading, study, writing, learning, intellectual things will actually bring you into that space of creativity and spiritual connection. How about that? Ben, Libra does tarot. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Is scrying a good outlet for my creativity? I've been practicing with mixed results. How can I get better, more consistent? Well, I'll tell you the truth about scrying. You have to be able to look at it with a soft eye, soft gaze, and don't expect to see specific visions. Just see whatever comes to you in that moment is what you're going to have to interpret. I'll tell you that. But is scrying good for you? Yes. Yes, it really is. And scry into water. Salted water. Scry into salt water. Jackie Masters, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Thanks for your comment on the newsletter. How does my creativity express itself? Am I using it? And how can I better use it for myself and those around me? I have felt that I'm creative, but I think as a child, a teacher or someone said otherwise, and I believed them. Man, that happens to all of us. Not all of us, but it happens to most of us. Like, you know, in kindergarten, we're all given crayons, right? And somewhere along the line, we get separated out. Those who have talent and those who don't, and those of us who are considered to be untalented are regulated over here. Relegated, that's the word I wanted to use, relegated. And, so how does your creativity express itself? Man, in every single thing you do and the way that you think, you just don't recognize it. It's interesting how much fours are coming up today. The two cards I pulled in the spread I just uploaded, both fours. And so I think it's there all the time. You just don't recognize it. How can you recognize it better or more? Whenever it starts to feel uncomfortable to you, that's when it's happening. It's come to this place where it's not in your comfort zone. So whenever you start to feel uncomfortable with what you're doing, it's very likely your creativity finding its voice. Okay, Horse Fan Dunn, creativity is making something from nothing, a blank. Just summoning bravery, to try something you haven't tried before. And turn loose of expectations. That's smart, absolutely. Okay, let's see. Nalini, whack-a-mole is way more fun, right? Right? All right. Teresa C., thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. What could I do to get creativity flowing again? Stop trying. Stop trying. And it's already there. Stop trying and know that it's already there. And honestly, music and dance. Music and dance. Seriously. Arlette, I feel like I'm having a hard time tapping into my creativity or getting ideas out there. What can I be doing to express or cultivate my creativity? I think the problem is you get caught up in doing creativity for other people, doing a particular thing for another person. Will other people like this? Wanting the approval of other people, wanting the buy-in from other people for your creativity. Let your creativity be for you. And the beautiful part of it is if you do that, then other people will buy into it. Chris and Louise, so nice to see you. I really lack spiritual creativity. I'm wanting to connect with the goddess Freya and the god Odin, but unsure how to do so. Any advice? All right, and I don't know a lot of Norse mythology. I don't work with the Norse gods very often. And so there probably are some very specific ways. And if you asked about Celtic gods and goddesses, I'd have them for you. But I don't. I don't know a lot about how to work with Freya. Except I know she draws on the sun. I know she works with the sun. So being out in the sunshine is always helpful, right? But what do the cards say here? No matter who the deity or what the pantheon, meditation, going to meet them in meditation is the right thing. And so go to meet them in meditation, arrange a meeting in meditation, and go to meet them and see what they have to say to you. And that's good with any pantheon, any deity, anytime. Oh, Jeannie, as an arts educator, nothing bugs me more than discouraging arts teachers. Yeah, I hear you. Kristen, Freya is the goddess of sexuality primarily. Odin is very complex. Right? Well, when we talk about coming to it from a sexual perspective, I'm sure you have some ideas there. And that's fire as well. That's connecting to your fire energy as well. Okay. Ness, drawing the cards was how I was hooked on tarot. It took me a while to figure out drawing a card meant pulling a card. I'll go back to enjoy. I think that's so funny because, yes, we say draw a card, meaning to draw it from the deck, versus drawing a card, right? It's a funny linguistic thing, isn't it? Reaper TV, am I gifted or maybe I achieved an immense amount of creativity, or is it all in my mind? Well, if I can imagine creativity, that's creativity itself again. Yeah, true enough. You're definitely talented, but you definitely overthink, and you definitely worry too much about what other people think. Just saying. Justine, we should revisit this later at Global Tarot Circle. Spread creation is like your specialty. I think a lot of us do it. James Wells, if you have a reading with him, that's like the whole thing. To have a reading with him, you have to tell him in advance what the reading is to be about, and he'll make up a spread for you. Absolutely. Oh, Ali Mammon, thanks you so much. Trey Cameron, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. How is my creativity going? I'm a writer. What are my talents in creativity? Well, obviously writing. But when we look at it, you are. This is for me a card about writing. So you are a good writer. You're good at concept. You're good at word construction. But the thing is, you hold yourself back. You funnel everything you do sort of into this, like, it's good, but it could be better if you let it flow more. Did that make any sense? And even try to get out of genre. Do some things in different genres would be really helpful. And beyond that, like, you are really good at concept and execution. That's what I got to say about you, Trey. Concept, execution. Always have been. Karen Hendershot, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I have been unsatisfied with any project I start and can't seem to get very far. How can I find the right project to focus on and feel like I'm completing? Am I just using the wrong media? No, you're using the wrong brain. You're judging it overly critically. And you're making it be you're judging it. You're not judging it. You're judging the product before it is produced rather than enjoying the process. The medium is not the problem. It's the way you're coming at it. And thank you, everyone, for the feedback. Betty Fleischer, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Where or what am I creative, Betty? I feel like I used to be, but not anymore. And that's because you're tired, and you're tired because you're doing a lot and been through a lot. You also need music and dance to loosen up. You're still creative. You just need to loosen up. And Horace Van Dunn, is scrying working for me? It is, but you're not being patient enough with it. Trey, can you do a class on past life stuff? Is that something you're open to? Sure. I can put it on the calendar for March. Absolutely, yes. All right, my friends. From my perspective, I've gotten to the end. If I accidentally missed you, I am so sorry. If you haven't asked your question yet, it's time. Go ahead and ask your question. I want to remind you that we have Global Tarot Circle tonight. So much fun. Grab your tarot cards. Join us 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Would love to see you there. And if you have tickets for StarCon, if you came to StarCon and are a ticket holder for any day, you can go to all the lounge events in the Afterglow. So make sure you do. And Karen, yes, see, there you go. You've been working toward perfection and not just the enjoyment of the process. And that kills it for anyone. Seriously, seriously. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. If you do not subscribe to the newsletter yet, please do. Please like this video. And if you're here and you are not a subscriber of this channel, please subscribe to that as well. And I'll hope to see you tonight at Global Tarot Circle. Thank you. Take care. Be good.